Okay guys, so this is a pretty big video, one of the more entertaining and exciting ones you probably want to watch, and I gotta get these right. So, starting off, the week 8 predictions, and it is for the top 25. Like I said, I'm gonna try to get every single one right. It's gonna be hard to, but I feel like I can pick every team, I feel like I can pick the team who wins, right? At least. If I can get every one of that, I will be proud of myself. That's the goal. Tough to do. Tough task, but we can do it. Let's start now. Okay, guys, so I think I'm going to start a new way of doing this. I'm going to give them my logo on the team that wins. I think that'd be fun. Not going by how much they'll win by. I just don't feel like it, but we're definitely going to go by who I think is going to win. And I'll probably say something about how much they'll win by. But anyways, first off, Illinois versus Wisconsin. Big Ten back. We remember last year, Wisconsin lost Illinois. It's going to change this year. Wisconsin's going to win. That's one game down. Next up, we have Kansas versus Kansas State. This is not going to be a good game at all. Kansas State's a pretty good team. They had an unfortunate week 1. I'm pretty sure Kansas State lost like Arkansas State or something. But since they've been dominant, just, one bad game, that's all right. Because they're going to beat Kansas bad. Kansas is terrible. They shouldn't even be allowed on the screen. They're that bad. Okay, so now we're on a roll. We're feeling good. We got Georgia Southern versus Coastal Carolina. I'm pretty sure Coastal Carolina is only picked by 3 or so, and it's at Coastal Carolina. I don't see where it's a 3-point game. I'm picking Coastal Carolina big. Put up the G2G. Next up, we got a big game right here. NC State versus North Carolina. This could be a good game, but I'm picking North Carolina. They're bouncing back from Florida State, and I'm pretty sure North Carolina State lost their starting cornerback due to injury. North Carolina's going to win this one. Here we have another Big Ten game. We got Nebraska versus Ohio State. Ohio State's ranked 5 in the nation. This game might be close. Who knows? We haven't seen either team, but I'm picking Ohio State, and I'm picking them big, 20+ right here. Ohio State wins it. Okay, so you guys saw the Clemson versus Georgia Tech game at Georgia Tech. Clemson beat them 73-7. It was insane. One of the biggest blowouts. I think it was like the biggest in ACC versus 2 ACC opponents. I'm not for sure, something like that. Well, now they were playing Syracuse, who's arguably worse than Georgia Tech, and they're picked to win by 46. Well, and Syracuse also lost to Liberty, by the way. Liberty's 5-0, but still, that's bad too, really. I mean, it wasn't very close at all. I'm picking Clemson, and I am picking them by 45 points plus. Huge win for Clemson right here. And also, to, remind you, it was at Georgia Tech when Clemson played them, and now it's at Clemson versus Syracuse, so that's another thing. Next up, we have Alabama versus Tennessee. Alabama is played very well, won every game pretty big, even Georgia. The only game that kind of, scared them was Ole Miss, and Ole Miss was able to play pretty good against them, when able to get it done. It's at Tennessee. Are we going to get an upset? No, we're not. Alabama's going to roll past them. They just don't lose. You guys might have seen my upset video. You might want to go check it out. This game is a big game. It could definitely be an upset game. Oklahoma State's picked by 3. But I think Oklahoma State's going to stay and, win this game. They got that home field. That's going to be huge. I'm picking Oklahoma State in this one. I'm kind of rethinking this one on being in the predictions video. But, and not the predictions, my bad, the upsets, but I don't think Pittsburgh's going to have the firepower. They're not going to be able to pull the upset off, but I think they'll give them a fight. I think Notre Dame's just better, but Notre Dame's not that good. They're definitely not a top 5 team, but I think Notre Dame's ended up winning this one. This is another game that could very well be an upset. I didn't put it in the upset video because I haven't seen enough of the Big Ten. I haven't seen a game, so I don't really want to put really any team in there, so I didn't really do it, but I still think Penn State's going to win, but I think Indiana's still a pretty good team, and, having it at home helps a lot, but at the end of the day, Penn State wins this one by about 5+, maybe even 3, who knows. Here's a big game. We have Virginia Tech versus Wake Forest. This is another, potential upset. Didn't have it in the video, though. And I think Virginia Tech will stay strong and win this game. It will be a close game, but I think Virginia Tech's going to win. Like I said earlier about the Penn State and Indiana game, I didn't really pick an upset. I didn't see the Big Ten enough to really feel like put them in there. I don't know. It just didn't feel right. Michigan versus Minnesota at Minnesota. I hate that I didn't put them in there. I should have. That's the only game I'm going to do this. But I think Minnesota's going to win. I didn't put them in the upset video because Michigan's really picked to win, but I'm picking Minnesota. Just wanted to point that out there. The only reason I didn't was because they haven't played, so I couldn't really guess. But I really do feel like Minnesota's going to win. Next up, we have Virginia versus Miami. This is still a pretty big game here. Miami at home. I don't see Virginia winning. Maybe it could be a little. I just don't really see it being close. I'm picking Miami by 14 plus. This has got to be one of the most biggest games of the week. We got Cincinnati versus SMU. SMU's picked to win. If you see my upsets video, you know who I'm taking. I'm taking Cincinnati. They're winning, and they might win by about 10, honestly. I feel good about Cincinnati in this one. Even though it's at SMU, I still feel good about Cincinnati. We have Texas State versus BYU. I don't think BYU's been playing all that well lately. I feel like some team's going to beat them. They're barely winning games. They're not looking very good. Definitely not a top 12 team. But Texas State's definitely not looked any good either. So BYU win this one. I would say about by maybe 21 is my guess. They're picked to win by, I think, 26, 27, 28. But I'm going to say about 21. Okay, so we're going to end the top 25 games with Florida Atlantic versus ranked 22 Marshall. This is going to be I think a blowout. The Herd's at home, and they're picked by, pretty sure, 16.5 points. I'm going to pick the Herd. Marshall, probably 14 plus. That's probably it. Marshall's winning this one. Pretty big. Okay, guys, so that is my top 25 predictions by each game. I would like to do every single game, but it takes a lot of time, and it's kind of hard to do. If you guys want to see it and you really want to, see it, tell me down below, and I might start doing it. It's just, I feel like the top 25 are the big games, and those are the games that you really want to see, so that's why I do them. But, it's always nice to do some other teams, that, probably will never get ranked. But that's going to end this. But before I go, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and new video Monday.